it comes! Ladies and gentlemen, Sami here. Today I will be doing a full review of the Fimi X8 SE. Actually, you may have noticed in the past month I've released a couple of videos about it, like unboxing, range tests, battery tests, etc. So today it's time to finally summarize my overall experience about it. I want to start off by saying that X8 drone I'm testing is still a prototype, so the official unit you ordered from Geekbuying or Fimi should be polished and perform even better. This video should cover most of the questions you may have about the X8 SE. Of course, it includes the parts you may care most about, which is the comparison with the Mavic Air and Mavic 4K. That being said, it's not going to be an in-depth review, it's just a few connected thoughts from a drone lover's perspective. Without further ado, let's get started. Compared to the Mavic Air, the size is obviously bigger. You can put the Mavic Air easily into your pocket, but for the X8 SE, unless you have a really large pocket, you won't be able to put it in. Another thing I noticed is the material of the Mavic Air feels very premium, while for the X8 SE, the overall feeling is a little bit cheap. But just as I mentioned before, the unit is a prototype, and I'm curious to see what the official one would look like. Just like its predecessor, short press plus long press to turn the X8 SE battery on, the drone gimbal will self-check and become stable. Download the Fimi Navi app, connect the drone through Wi-Fi. Here's the app interface. You can see all the key info of your drone on it, like distance, GPS, signal status, etc. I'll give you a general idea of what it sounds like when flying in the air, since I've seen some comments about that. Now to the most important part, the footage. We can see the Mavic generates a more true-to-life color, where on X8 it boosts the saturation significantly and has a greenish tone, which generates what some of you may say is a pleasing image. Some like it, some hate it. If you ask me, I would probably say the color style is not my type, because it's hard to tune the color later. But of course, that's the footage I'm testing with one different firmware. Judged from previous firmware, it can generate almost equivalent footage as the Mavic Air when in front light condition. While in backlit environment, Mavic has a wide dynamic range. Check the buildings in the corner. Actually, the camera performance of the X8 SE is not a big issue we should care about. I mean, since it also comes with a multi-color mode, you can choose what you like when shooting videos, and that should be enough. Another metric to measure good footage is the stability. Since the Mavic, I gotta say, I was never disappointed by it. It's just insane stable. Even better than the Mavic. Check out the footage I released before flying over the ocean. as we've released the range test and the battery test in the past, so I'm not gonna state that again, but sure, I will put them here in case some new viewers haven't watched them. If you have watched it before, you can skip this part. So there's only one test left, the noise comparison. Since I don't have a professional tool to measure the sound, I have to use what I already have in my hands. That's the Doge S80, a super durable phone. to answer the question, is the X8 SE going to kill the Mavic Air where it is almost half price? It seems that it's not going to be. In the video, I haven't tested the intelligent flight modes that comes with X8 SE, like Journey, Spiral mode that seems so cool already on Mavic, which I'll test later. You gotta know, the software on DJI drones is so powerful and almost flawless. For the X8 SE, I think we still need more time to test it. And for the Mavic, it comes with obstacle avoidance, and it outperforms the X8 on the camera in most cases, at least based on the firmware I test, and it's more portable. But is the X8 SE going to be an alternative to the Mavic Air? It definitely is. What the X8 SE outperforms Mavic Air is the battery life. I can fly the X8 for 30 minutes straight, but Mavic Air only has about 80 minutes in the air. That's a huge difference. Like Fimi X8 SE in the group, the X8 is a service product. X8 SE, X8 Pro, etc. You should know what you can expect on late X8 service drones. At least I'm really excited to see what Fimi has to offer in 2019. Of course, I will test all those once they are available, and if you want to get first-hand info about them, please subscribe to our channel. Lastly, I'm going to say, let's give more chances to new drone challengers like Fimi. It's a really good thing to see more players join the consumer drone market. DJI has been the leader for way too long, and that could lead to lots of problems. Like a couple days ago, the corruption news and the overpriced drones. That's not good for normal drone users. But of course, that's beyond today's topic. So I hope you at least get to know one or two things about X8 from this video. And should you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Subscribe. See you next time.